Hi guys, welcome to our Friday handmade happy hour at Print Cut Craft. If you are new here, I am Tracy. I own Print Cut Craft, and we help people use their Cricut machine and come up with ways to craft using SVG files as well as just general DIY crafting. So what we're going to do today is something that my customers have been asking me for many months, and I finally have got it finished. So I'm so excited. So we did a while ago, we did a porch cleaner class, which we did where we painted all the pieces and then we made three different attachments for this. And so, which was this love bug, and I'll show you the other ones. We did a bunny, and we did a shamrock. And so the customers are like, where's the rest of it, Tracy? And so I finally have made different cutouts for two different sizes. So we have 14 cutouts for you guys to start decorating. And we did it for both two different sizes. Hey, Judy. And so we did it for the porch cleaner size. And then the other thing that people were asking about even longer. And so we just shrunk them down. And I just broke part of my door. I need to reglue that. For our door. So we have a kit for a mini door for a shelf sitter. And then we have the same pieces. We just shrunk them down. So let me show you. I have some links for you guys. Put them in here. Hey, Joyce. Okay, so I added the links for if you missed the original porch cleaner workshop, it comes with all the cutouts to make. You need to buy the long piece of wood. That's too expensive to ship. But it comes with all the cutouts for all the pieces to make the main kit. So this is the main porch cleaner kit. We did a class a while ago. Oh, thanks. And Taylor Loft like a while ago. And so that comes with the car, the bunny, and the shamrock. And so our customers have been wanting all the rest of the pieces. And so let me figure out how to put this. So we came up with doing 14 more pieces. And so I'm going to go over what they are. So if you want the extra add-on pieces for the porch cleaner, those are around 6.5 inches. And then if you want the pieces for the door, those are around 4 inches. And so these are the same exact pieces. And so I'm going to show you what they are. And then we're going to decorate 3 of them today. So I feel like my throat is dry. So one of them that we're going to do today is, this one's tiny, has three little bats. That's like a little tiny bat. 3 little bats with a hat. And so this is the size. I'm going to decorate this one today in the bigger size. Actually, I'll just show you the bigger size. Let me do it this way. It'll make my life easier. Okay, so we're decorating this one today. We're going to do a patriotic hat, and we're going to do a ghost. Let me fix this. So we're going to do a ghost. Hey, Leslie. Those are the 3 I'm going to decorate today. So then we have a star. We have a daisy, a snowflake, a pumpkin, a tree, flip-flops, hey Rita, an apple, back to school, a cupcake for like happy birthday, a bee, which we've used this bee several times, Easter egg, and then this guy can be, this guy's versatile. It could be a scarecrow, or you could make it a snowman. So we've used some of these shapes as our topper pieces for our interchangeable thing. Like I really love interchangeable pieces. And so we have a candlestick topper, which you can interchange these pieces. And so we have these, pretty much all of these shapes, not every single one, but most of them already for our topper pieces, which are around anywhere from 12 to 15 inches. And so if you want giant ones, you can use those as wreath attachments or on our interchangeable candlestick. And so now we've just shrunk them down so that you guys can have the whole season collection for your porch cleaner and for your mini door. Because I've done this mini door class with Miss Tracy Creates a few times, and we've made a few different attachments for the door. And so I know that was definitely on my list to get you guys all the other seasonal pieces. And so finally had a minute. We finally got it done. So just a reference, you guys have the links in the comments. It comes with 14 pieces, 14 different designs. And if you go look at the listing, you can see exactly what they are. And if you go look at the listing, you can see how we have examples of how we've decorated these for bigger ones for interchangeable candlestick toppers, but you can do the same exact thing for smaller. Like I'm going to do the ghost today and the witch's hat, the same that we did the bigger size pieces. So they come in 2 different sizes for you guys. And then we're going to decorate 3 of them today, which is going to be fun. And what's so cool about these pieces is you don't have to do SVG files. I pre-cut 2 SVG files, one for the patriotic hat we're going to do and one for the ghost. But you could totally use scrapbook paper. Like if you go look at the example picture, some of them are just with scrapbook paper. In fact, we did the this guy is just with scrapbook paper. So it's wood cutouts. So we painted the wood cutouts, but all the pattern stuff is scrapbook paper. So you don't always have to do an SVG file because you can easily flip the wood cutout over, trace it around, and cut it out with scissors. So let's get crafting. We're gonna make let's do this one. Okay, fix my camera. All right, so we're going to paint these, and then I've already pre-cut the vinyl, and we're going to do the bats. We're going to glitter the bats. That's what we're going to do today. So let's start with this one, and I've got some ribbon to make some bows, and so we'll set these aside. So I'm going to paint these guys black, and then we're going to do the bats and what gloves. So I know, Judy, finally we have this done. I mean, I think you guys have been waiting, like, I don't know. When did we do the little mini door? Like a year ago? So I need to tell Miss Tracy that we finally have it done too, because I think people were wanting that also. All right, so I'm just going to paint this guy black. You will need Velcro. This kit does not include Velcro. This is just the wood cutouts. And that way, in the pictures and it doesn't include SVG files either, because you could just do any SVG file if you wanted to add an SVG file, and that's totally up to you. Okay, so what I'm going to do for the bats is I'm going to paint them, and while the paint is wet, I'm going to sprinkle them with some black glitter. So I have just a little bit of black glitter. So what I'm going to do, I want these to be kind of wet so I can make sure that the glitter sticks. So this little guy. And what we're going to do is with these little ones is make our own floral picks that's going to stick out of the witch's hat. Like we're making a bow, and so just have to decide. I think that's good enough for I'm happy with that black. So then I think I'm done with the black. So what we're going to do is clean up our little glitter stuff. Gonna let those dry a second. And we're done with that. And then I'm going to save what I can of this, put it back in here. All right. Spilled a little bit, but that's okay. All right, so we've got our black bats, and then I'm going to dry this. Make sure this is really good and dry before we're going to go add a bow. And if you've been with us at all, we're just going to do a cheater bow for this little guy. So I went to my little ribbon stash and picked out a few different things. So we're going to see what's going to work. I don't know. I have this 1.5 inch ribbon, but it's kind of wide for this, but I might still go with it because my other one, I didn't grab any more of this. So I have extra of this. I might layer these two together. Or, I don't know. Hey, Bonnie. This is me being indecisive, trying to figure out what I'm going to decorate with, but it's okay. I'm trying to use up the ribbon that I have. So I might do, can't decide. Might, because I don't have more of this, but I want it. Should have looked harder. I like the width of this one for this, like 5/8 to 7/8. This one I don't love that one. And this one's kind of dark. What do you guys think? I can try to layer these two together. Trying to see, like, do I have enough to use this and make a little tiny bow? I might. So if I just do it just around the edge. Okay, we're gonna go for these two. So no to these, no to these. So what I'm gonna do is, oh, you know what? Oh no, I'm gonna use, I do need a little bit more black, I think. Rescuing the black paint from the trash, because I'm gonna do one other thing. So I'm gonna start on the back, and we're gonna use as little of this as we can so we can save it for a bow. So save that, and then we're going to cut it. Hey, Susan. Pat, we are making, okay, so if you guys missed the very beginning, you guys have been asking me for interchangeable porch sign pieces. And so we finally have them for the porch sign, and we have them for the door, the mini door we made like last year with Miss Tracy Creates. And so I'm decorating 3 pieces for, we made 14 new cutouts for the interchangeable pieces for the porch leaner and the door. And so I'm just decorating 3 of them just to show you some ideas. That's what I'm doing today, Pat. So let's go over here. Okay, so I want to, this isn't quite big enough for like a good bow, but it could be big enough for a small little bow. So I think what I'm going to do is make this as big as I can. And then we're going to do one with this glittery stuff on top too. This is checked. This is checked. And then the other one was, they're all dots, but wait, is this big enough? I wish I had just a little bit more to make tails, but that's too small of a bow. So I think what I'm going to do is do as big a bow as I can with this. And then just going to center that. We'll get that one in a second. Then I'm going to make another bow with this one. And I'm going to do sort of the same thing, but I'm going to make some tails too. And in fact, I'm going to do a double bow with this. So I'm going to glue this together. You guys, we're winging this. We're just making something up. That's what we're doing. So I'm going to do that, and I want to do another one, and then I'm going to do some tails. So I'm going to do a smaller loop, and then I'm going to put them all together. Okay. So we did this for like a bigger version of this for interchangeable candlestick topper. And so you guys, this can always be whatever you want. So it's just a matter where of where your imagination can take you. So I'm going to do a little piece like this, and this is going to be the tails. So I'll add that last. So what I'm going to do is get all my pieces centered. And then maybe I'll line them up. Okay, so we've got a sandwich of the little bows. And then I'm going to do my best to pinch these together, but that glitter one is a little thick. And so I am going to, hopefully this will work out. Trying to pinch it like accordion style. And then I'm going to use some thread. You can use a pipe cleaner. You can use whatever you want. But sometimes I'll just do thread where I have this in one hand and I've got the thread and I'm just using it to secure this cinched together. So I'm just sticking some underneath my finger. And once I have it around a couple times, then I can pull it tight and it'll stay together. So then I'm going to wrap around a couple more times. I use this a lot. Like if I, so then that way it's all stuck together. But then I need to move it over a little bit because it's too much to one side. But I think it'll be okay. I might have done it too tight, but that's okay. If I did, we're just going for it. Okay, then I'm going to flip it over and we are going to tie a knot. We definitely did this more one side than the other because you can see it's way to this side, but that's okay. Let's see if we can pull any of it through. Can always cut this and redo it, but I don't want to. I still think we can make it cute the way it is. And then I'm going to do a faux knot. So I'm just taking some of this, and then I want to make sure the pattern is up at the facing up. So I'm just doing like a loose knot. And then we're going to glue this in the center. And then what we're going to do with the bats is we're going to make our own little picks. And so I've got some floral wire here. So I'm going to flip it over. This is like a version of our cheater bow, although this doesn't have tails. But we're going to make some faux tails. So we've got a knot. Fluff it up. You can kind of see what it's going to look like. I'm going to trim some of these little stray little strings. Got glue strings everywhere. Okay, then we're going to take this little tail and I'm going to add a little bit of glue underneath there. And I want it to be like a V. So I'm going to just make sure gluing it like in a V. And then I'm going to add it to the back because I want these tails to be hanging down and be like more like fill up more space. Ideally, I would like to, if I had an inch wide ribbon, I probably would have liked that the best, but this is like, I liked this combination the best. So I'm going to add the tails to here, but I'm not going to add this to the hat just yet because we need to add one other layer in here. And that is our bats, but we're going to add our bats to some floral wire. So I'm going to take these and trim them into notched. Okay, so I'm going to do something like that. We got like the bow, and then I'm going to take this floral wire. Actually, no, let me do this one, and I'm going to wrap it around a glue stick because I need to be a little big, but not that big, and so I need little corkscrews. So ideally, I would paint this black, which I could do. If I wasn't doing this live, I would take this outside and spray paint it. So I'm just going to show you what this is going to look like, and then you guys can go to town spraying yours so it's black, not green. But I just want to show you how we're going to do this. So I'm making a couple different curlicues, and this is what the bats are going to sit on. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a curlicue, and then I'm pulling, because it goes on the glue stick sort of like this, and I'm pushing it straight, and then giving myself a little bit of a tail. So what we're going to do is we want this top piece to be flat, because we're going to glue a bat to here. So imagine if this was black. I don't want to take the time to do that, paint this black, because I have to make two other things. So let's see if these are dry. Yes, they are. So all I did was add glitter to the wet paint. So if you have enough wet paint, then it should be good to go. So I am just going to take this. A little more glue. Okay, I'm going to set that face down so it can cool down. And then so I'm adding some glue, and then we're setting the wood or the corkscrew little topper piece in there to solidify. And I'm going to prop that one up on the wood so it's staying at the right angle. And I'm going to do this itty bitty one. So this is actually kind of good that these are green, so you can actually see what this looks like. So then when you make yours, just make sure your little curlicue things are black. Or you could even do them white if you wanted. I could have done white, but my white that I have here is a little thicker gauge and harder to bend. So get one that's like pretty easy to bend. And so then what we're going to do is we're going to stick these probably under here. So I'm adding some glue, and I'm going to tuck it under the ribbon, and I'm just holding it in place until it like solidifies. And I wish I don't have my bigger witch's hat right here, but if you go look online, you can see a bigger picture of what this looks like. And I did a bigger bow on that one with tails. And so this is just a miniature version. And so I want these to be 3 different heights. And so I may have to come back and trim these. We'll have to see. So if you kind of see, like, we have our bats, imagine if those were black, and then we have our bow, and then we've got the little itty bitty guy. Where do I want him to go? That one could be like actually on top of the ribbon. And then I'm going to bend the wire up a bit. And what's so cool is, 1, we're making our own floral picks, which I love. And then 2, you can move these where you want because you have control of where everything is. So I'm adding some extra glue under there just for support. And then I need another glue stick. And then we're going to add some glue on there, and we're going to add our bow on top. So imagine if this was not green ribbon, but at least you can see the concept. And so you can see we've got, it's really dark, but it's really shimmery in person. You've got your fluffy bow, and we've made, like, we just decorated 3 bats with glitter. So ideally, if I was doing this for myself, I would really paint that black, but I didn't think ahead to do that one. But I did pre-paint one for the ghost ahead of time. So I should have done this one too, but easy peasy, guys. I didn't do any SVG file for that one. So that's one. Okay. So now let's do this patriotic hat. Get this stuff out of the way. Oh, I don't need that. So then I'm going to do part of this white. I'm going to paint actually both of these white while I'm at it. And put some gloves on. So you like it, Leslie? I know it's, if you haven't made this one in the bigger size, so cute. Large, really large. because you could do this as a wreath attachment. These come in multiple sizes, so just check our shop. All right, so then we're going to do this top half. I'm going to do white, and the bottom half I'm going to do blue, and the ghost is going to be all white. So I've got some white paint, and this one's probably going to take a couple coats because white always does. And if you've made this, we've done this ghost before multiple times, so you may already have some like a ghost SVG for this, but you can do any ghost face SVG. These don't come with any SVG files, but some of the bigger ones do. Just the small ones, I just didn't add it. So I'm going to dry it, and then we're going to go do another coat. Hey, Ann, we're going to do another coat. And if you're just joining us, which I think you are, we're making porch leaner. I made 14 more pieces for the porch leaner size, for the porch leaner sign, and then the mini door we did with Miss Tracy Creates. So I'm decorating 3 of them. So I'm doing the top of this hat white, and the bottom is going to be navy. I probably need a 3rd coat. I know, and I know you guys have been asking for this for like a year. I know. So at least for the mini door, and so, but they're the same exact thing. But for the mini door, they're around 4 inches, and for the porch leaner, they're around 6.5. Okay, this is probably good enough for the white. Okay, so then I'm going to do the blue on the bottom of this hat. I might have gone down a little too far. I'm going to do a ribbon right here, so hopefully I cover up some of my, I painted down too far. So let's try this. This will take a couple coats too. But I found a really cute ribbon in my ribbon stash, and we made them. They're in our shop right now. So let me add the link so you can see it again. So if you go look at, there's 14 different cutouts. So I'm doing 3 of them today. So we have like the star. This is the snowman / scarecrow, an egg. Hey, Becky. The bee, we've done this bee a couple times. A cupcake if you want to do happy birthday. Back to school. Summer, flip-flops. Christmas tree. Pumpkin. Snowflake. And a daisy for summer. Or a flower, however you want to do it. So we did the same exact size, but in miniature version for this little door. So we have all the same pieces for the mini door that we did last year that you guys have been waiting for interchangeable pieces for. So finally got that done. And so now I'm decorating 3 of them. Actually. Yes, but we have all these shapes, Anne, in the candlestick toppers. You probably already have a lot of those already, actually, for the candlesticks. But these are 6.5 for the door porch leaner, and 4 inches for the mini door. But we have a lot. If you guys are wanting the interchangeable candlesticks, we have a lot of these shapes already in our shop for the candlestick topper. All right, so we're done painting. And then we're going to decorate these 2. And rid of my paint. So for this one, I have pre-cut a 4th of July. I found some really cute ribbon in my ribbon stash that I have not used. So I'm super excited about that. So I'm going to make a bow with that. And then I'm going to do this here. So I've pre-cut just a happy 4th of July with in vinyl. And then we are going to add it to the hat. And I couldn't decide if I want this to be red or blue, but I wanted to use this ribbon, so I thought it'd be more contrasting if I did that. And I wish I had, I don't have like a little bit of different red to put behind there. Should have grabbed more than one ribbon, but I didn't. But that's okay. We'll make it work. So we're going to do this. Because I'm going to do a big, it's too late, yeah. I'm going to do a big bow down here. I might have put it too high up, but we'll see. But I wanted to leave room for a big bow. Okay, I'm going to save that to use that. And then we're going to do, I'm going to do the same thing where I'm just wrapping it around the back. Now, if you're using these for the porch leaner, you are going to have to get some Velcro. That's not included in the kit. These are just the cutouts for you to decorate on your own. So okay, now we have plenty of ribbon to make our cheater bow. So I'm going to do probably 2 of them, and I'm going to stack them on top of each other. So to do a cheater bow, you're basically making like the breast cancer awareness shape. And I'm just checking for size. Like, is that, I think this could be a good size. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do another one. I'm just going to hold this in my hand to make another one, and I'm just going to layer them on top of each other. So one is a little bit smaller than the other one, which is totally good. So I'm just layering them on top of each other. Then I'm going to take the center and cinch them together, like pinch them. And then kind of move this stuff out of the way. And this has a little bit of wire in it, so that's going to be helpful to like make it go where you want. So then I'm going to do the same thing. You could do like we could do a pipe cleaner. Let's do a pipe cleaner this time. And I'm just tying it tight. And then what's nice about the pipe cleaner is you can always like take it off and like readjust it, move it somewhere else. Okay, so we have one bow that is a little bit smaller than the back bow. And then I'm going to cut the tails, but first we're going to make a little faux knot. So this is the same exact thing we did for the other one. It's just that this is nicer ribbon. It has wire, and then you can kind of make it move where you want it to go. So then we're doing a little bit of glue on the center. Go there. Oh, Anne, were you in that bad storm? Kathy Sakurai was saying she's in Spring, which is not too far from me. They lost power. I haven't even watched the news from the live we did last night. Apparently, like a ton of people, like 800,000 people or something, are without power. And Aunt Allie said it might be in a week before they get power back. So I didn't know that. And then my best friend told me that at the front of the Woodlands, like fences are down, trees are down. Like we just had some bad weather. We have some little branches down, but we didn't get all the crazy weather. Apparently, just right outside of us totally did. So I'm just gluing the back over. I'm just doing my knot in the center. Oh, you got hail too? We didn't get any of that. Anne. Yeah, if you guys are more in the North Dallas area, you guys get hail that's like seriously damaging to your cars. Okay, so I'm going to trim these. And I'm just trying to make them kind of like the same length as like the top one is going to be a little bit shorter than the bottom one. And then we're going to test it out over here and see, what do we think? Oh my gosh, this is cute. So we've got like this little bow. So I'm going to add this little to here. And I like to do things kind of offset. Ooh, that's hot. Offset. And then I want to do something on the edges. Your porch cleaner survived. That's awesome. I'm so glad because you worked so hard on that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I guess I haven't even watched the news yet because Allie was saying, she was telling me about it. I'm like, I haven't even turned on the news to see what happened. Okay. So I'm just doing a little bit of ink. I have a little bit of ink on this dauber. It's brown. It's the walnut, like a distressing crayon. I love these. Like you could add some like stickles or glitter glue to the bottom, but look how cute that is. Super easy, except for you can't see. Maybe I'll make it darker and see if you can see it. I'm just adding some of this ink for extra, although the lights are so bright, you really can't tell very well, but I added ink to the edges so you can give it some definition. So 2 cute things, super easy to do. And so this one, we've done this ghost before. So if you've done any of my classes in the last 2 years, we've done this ghost multiple times. We did it at Pinners, and we've done it as a recorded workshop. And I feel like we done it? I don't know. We've done it a lot. We've used this ghost a lot. So basically, I have the word boo and a ghost face. And so I'm going to add the little ghost face to it. Okay, so if this happens to you, it's fine. It's totally fine. It's just that I have a brand new blade and it cut too deep into the wax paper. So it's still good. So I'm going to take my weeding tool and we're just going to try to pick that up and pull that off. And now it's perfectly fine. So if that happens to you, your junk on the bottom of my thing. This little ghost is so cute. We've used this guy a lot. Oh, thanks, Kay. Okay, so that's the little ghost face. And so now we have a choice. So I made this little guy. So if you've seen this little thing before, we're going to make banners. I just have to decide, and maybe you guys can help me decide. I have white letters to go on the black for, it's going to say boo. And so I could do white on the black, or I have these pumpkin kind of colors where I have, my black letters that could go over there. Or we could flip them over and do striped, lots of choices, and then do the boo on that. I might do the stripe, but I wanted to show you how I made this, but I painted this. So if I was thinking ahead earlier, I would have done the curly cues and painted them, but I'm going to show you how I made this. And so this is going to go right here, and then we're going to make little banners with like a little notch cut out of them. So what I did was I took a little floral wire, and you could use, I just am using wire cutters, but you could use like needle nose pliers with a smaller tip so you could get a nicer circle. And so I'm just going to wrap this around and make a circle. I'm still holding on to it and I'm just wrapping it around. And then we're left with that little guy. So then I'm going to measure, well, this is around where I want the other curly cue. So I'm going to do a little bit further away. And then we're going to do the same thing. So then we're going to measure. I'm like, well, this is way too long on here, so I need to make these curly cues a little bit more. And so what I did was so I needed a little bit shorter, so I'm going to make the other end a little bit, another round. And then you can see where it would fit. You can see where it would fit on the, you can see the black one better, where it would fit on the hands. And so basically I just took this and I painted it and then I just dried it. That's all I did for that. So there's a little part on how you do that guy. So then I think I'm going to do this one because it stands out. What do you think? That one? So what I'm going to do is I could do, I'm going to cut a notch out of these first. So I'm just going corner to corner, and I could have cut this. Yeah, I'm just going to hand do these. I could have done this on the Cricut where I cut the notch out, but I didn't know if I wanted, sometimes when we did this class, some of my students had a really good idea where this was longer and they folded it over. So it folded it over onto the wire. I just did hot glue directly onto the wire. And so that's what I did. But you guys, this is your project. You can make it however you want. But I love like seeing what everybody makes like in our classes, because there's so many times where I'm like, I didn't think of that. That's genius. And so I love when everybody shares ideas. So I'm just going to do these sort of like stickers. And so once you're done with, like, you can pick and choose how you're going to decorate your Porcelainer pieces. Then you just have to get Velcro, add it to the back, and then you're ready to go for your Porcelainer kit, your Porcelainer collection or whatever. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this guy down, and sometimes I'll like just bend it just a little bit. And then I'm going to add glue to this little, the ends. And you are going to have to hold these down because they get a little 3D, like wavy, I guess. And so you just want to make sure it's like held down so you can get the glue stuck under there, because those aren't super flat curly cues. But glue stuck all over my hands. Then we're just going to do, just doing a little bit of glue on the top. And I'm just going to set it on top of the wire. Now, if you're doing this as a Porcelainer, you might not do the flag. You might do the flags like maybe, I don't know, maybe paint them like, I guess you do need to be careful of keeping things protected. So if it's outside, then I don't know, maybe do vinyl flags on here instead, out of vinyl instead of paper and vinyl. Be creative, but you can seal paper with some sealing spray, so that could last as long as it's not like in the elements. If it's just like sitting on like covered patio, then you probably are fine. But we have some what did I show you guys a while ago? Oh, polyurethane, like a varnish, like a sealing like spray. So cute. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this guy, because where is it? This one is my favorite. I use this guy all the time. This is the walnut stain, and that's what's on this little dauber that I've used like a bazillion times. So I'm going to add just a little bit of this crayon, and then we're going to do the outside just to give it a little bit of dimension, and kind of makes it more spooky kind of color too. This is so cute. I love it. So anyway, I wanted to come on and show you guys a few different options that you guys could do for the Porcelainer. Just make sure that whatever it is, you kind of sealed it. I wish you could see this. You could see it a little bit where I've colored a little bit of the edges, and it just gives it some definition. But I'll take a picture and post it on my social media. So cute. Clean up your little glue strings, which, there we go. How stinking cute is this? So we made this guy, and just being up, you know, when you make it, you paint your floral wire black. And then I might have an inch wire, inch ribbon instead of like the 5/8. But this, I've been using what I had in my stash. So use what you guys have. So the kit comes with, if you've never done our Porcelainer class, it comes with the whole kit. You need to buy the whole big sign, the big piece of wood. We can't ship that. And so we give you instructions in the workshop what size to get, and then you paint all the pieces white. And then we have 3 attachments that we have videos for the main kit. And so that all comes with this and the videos and the SVGs for that. Then if you want the add-on, that's what all these 14 pieces are. So if you go look at our shop, I'll post the link again, is all the different pieces. And so I just decorated 3 of them. So there's 14 to cover all the seasons that you guys have been asking me about. And so, and then the same thing too is if you've done our door class in the past, we have like a mini door where people do it as a shelf sitter. They were wanting interchangeable pieces too. And that's kind of like what this stack is for this. So if you've done this in the past, I've done it with Miss Tracy Creates. And so we've done some really elaborate door attachments for this. We've done a spring bird, a 4th of July, like mason jar thing. We did a Christmas wreath. I can't remember what else we do anything else, you guys? I can't remember. So anyway, I'm finally done. I finally finished something you guys have been asking for months. Super excited about that. So, woo, we did it. Fun class, and I showed you 3 different ways to do it. I'm going to add the links one more time in case you want to go look at that. So those are added to our shop. So if you happen to be in our club or our subscription box, you know what that means. You can use your coupon code for that too. Oh, I had an error. Oh, what now? Anyway, the links are in this comments somewhere. Oh, it did post. Okay, I don't know. Don't ask me what the problem was. Earlier, last night we were trying to go live, we were having an error saying there was like too many people are on the internet or whatever, and it couldn't connect. I wonder if it had anything to do with the power outages that was going around left and right here, apparently, that I was unaware of. So we did 3 porch leaner signs today for a handmade happy hour. I think they turned out super cute. And I can't wait to see what you guys make. So if you guys get the porch leaner class, make sure you post your pictures for us or tag us so we can see what it looks like that you guys make. But that's what we got for you guys today. Hope you like it. Bye, guys.